Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So the past 3 weeks have been crazy on social media with everything that has been happening, and I just feel like I had to talk about it. Of course, my platform might look very small, but I think my voice is also important, especially as a person of color here on YouTube. So I want to indulge you guys not to concentrate on my makeup. I just have to do my makeup right now while saying what I'm saying. I know that I might offend some people, because I'm going to be very blunt in this video, just like most people of color are right now. But it's time for everyone to use their platform to talk, because we all need change. Like, this 2020 has been so messed up already, and we have to change the situation, and change begins with you. It's been very, very stressful watching TV all this while, with what has been happening, what happened in the United States, with the killing of this guy for no good reason. And it has just brought up a deeper problem that has always been in the society. I'm not gonna be talking about the United States. I'm gonna be talking about the beauty industry and also Finland as a whole. I'm gonna be talking about racism out here in Finland and the beauty industry here on YouTube. So it's going to be a mixture of like just the whole race thing and colorism, and all together my point of view, my experience as a person of color here in Finland as far as beauty is concerned, and my experience as a person of color on YouTube. Even though my platform is still very small, we all have experiences, and I believe we have all experienced racism in one way or the other. It is something that is happening. It has been happening for a very long time, and I don't know when it is going to stop. Although people are not killed here in Finland the way they are in the United States, it does not cancel the fact that racism does not exist. As a matter of fact, systemic racism here in Finland is so intense. And I saw a picture the other day with a chart of countries that are most racist in the EU, and I was so embarrassed and not surprised that Finland was at the top. It's actually very embarrassing, like I said, but it is what it is. And as a person of color, if you live in Finland, you must at some point have experienced racism in a very bad way that it stays in you. It's an experience that lives with you. Everywhere you go to, you feel it. It gets you annoyed when you think about it. It's just with you, and it's very, very unfortunate that it is what it is, like I said. So generally in Finland, it is like you won't ever hear that somebody was killed by the police. You're not gonna hear about police violence, but the level of systemic racism is very, very deep. It's deep right in the core of the system, and I'm gonna explain and tell you why I'm saying this. I'm going to break down my explanation in two different parts. Like I said, I'm going to talk about the makeup industry, the beauty industry here, and how racist or how exclusive they are when it comes to people of color. And I'm just going to talk about the society as a whole in general. When it comes to integration in Finland, it's very, very bad, okay? You hardly or rarely go into an office. As a matter of fact, I've been here for almost 5 years, and I have never gotten into an office and see a black person in a position of like a privileged position. I'm talking about offices like maybe a bank or what, like you get what I'm saying, those big positions, white collar jobs per se. Blacks out here are left with jobs like cleaning, house, how do they call it, hotel cleaning, bar cleaning of all categories. And the most that we are offered is nursing, okay? Bus drivers, you see most black people bus drivers, you see most black people are cleaners, you see most black people the most taxi drivers, and you see them as nurses. As a matter of fact, being a nurse here as a black person is actually looked upon as something that is like super white collar, okay, which is not like bad. I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. Being a nurse is a very good thing, but if you compare to other countries, especially in Central Europe like Belgium, you if you go into companies, you're gonna see accountants, you're gonna see bankers, you're gonna see managers that are people of color. But when it comes to integration in Finland, it is very, very lacking, okay? I don't think when it comes to even their police force there's any black person. Talking from my own experience, I have not seen not one, maybe not yet, okay? But if you are a Finn, or if you are somebody living in Finland and you have seen, please just comment down below. I'm just talking out of my own experience, and I've been here for 5 years. I have lived in a small countryside, and I am presently living in the city. Okay, so the level of integration in this country, I think, is zero. Okay, so it's not like they give the impression that people of color are not, like, they are not capable or they can't do jobs like that, but that's the reverse. I know people here in Finland that have PhDs and they have just the cleaning job to do, which is not correct. Okay, I know people that have studied IT and they are still cleaning. Like, what's the point? What's the point of studying like that and then you end up cleaning? Sometimes even when you go to the unemployment office after studying something, like I have a friend who studied in the language tourism, studied in the language for 2 years, and when she went to the unemployment office after applying for so many jobs, you know, so many different jobs, she did not succeed. And when she went to the unemployment office, all they had to tell her was to go and look for a cleaning job. That's very heartbreaking, you know. So what's the essence of you going to school, learning in a language that is so difficult, and then coming out for the same people that are in control of the system to tell you that you should go and clean? It's not fair. I just think it's not fair. So maybe here in Finland we are not being killed by the police, but we are actually suppressed by the system. So the level of systemic racism in Finland is actually so intense. I definitely cannot deal. Moving on now to the beauty industry. As a person of color in Finland, and if you are in the beauty industry, you are as insignificant as a rat. Okay, I'm not even gonna go into like the details, because I'm maybe like the smallest YouTuber that is presently existing on earth. Okay, let's just talk about products in the market, or products in the drugstore, in the shops. Foundations, concealers. You know, the only thing that you can have that is always available as a person of color at any point in time will be lipstick. Of course, lipsticks are everywhere. Everywhere you can get lipsticks, just because there's always a color preference. No matter your shade, no matter your color, you can always, you know, you can choose to wear whatever lip color you want. But let's talk about the real problem here: foundations, concealers. Going into a shop to get, or to the drugstore to buy a foundation as a person of color is a whole struggle. You will rarely find your shade from brands like L'Oreal, from brands like Maybelline, brands that have foundations that have about 50 different shades, black people or people of color included. Here in Finland, it's always stressful because you have just about maybe 10 to 15 of those shades, and all of them are basically white or beige or nude. Okay, concealer the same. In the drugstore, I'm gonna insert a video here just so you guys can understand what I'm trying to say. And before, I thought before that it's because I lived in a small area, and I thought that when I moved to the city it was going to be different, but it is the same. I am actually in the city now. I live in the heart, like in the capital city, close to the capital city. I go into a drugstore, brands like Maybelline, L'Oreal, that you can get at any time, at any place, that are always available. You go there to look for a foundation and you can't get your shade. I'm going to tell you guys my experience. 2 years ago, when the Lancome Teint Idol came out, or was it 3 years ago, I'm not very sure. When this foundation came out, then I was living in a small city, a city called Hämeenlinna. I was so excited because it had great reviews here on YouTube. I was so excited, and then I went into the store to get this foundation because I saw it and I was like, okay, now Lancome has about 40 shades, people of color included. So I was like, of course I have to get my shade, because if not, why not? I went into the store and I was looking for my shade and I didn't see my shade, and then I called one of the people in the store and I was like, please, can I get my shade for this foundation? The reply she gave me was very, very embarrassing. She said, oh, this foundation does not come in your shade. And I was like, wow. Back then, Lupita Nyong'o was an ambassador for this particular foundation. So I was like, do you know Lupita Nyong'o? She was like, yes. I said, do you know she's an ambassador for this particular foundation? Do you know she's a model actually? And she was like, I said, do you know how dark she is? And you have the guts to tell me that they don't have a shade for me. She was like, oh, I'm so sorry, maybe they don't just have it in the store. I said, that was what you were supposed to say, not to tell me that they don't have a shade at all. I was like, this is so embarrassing for Lancome if they even hear that something like this happened. So I'm just saying all of this to say that people in Finland or whatever is going on, they too have joined the whole Black Lives Matter movement, and they were out the other day in a very huge rally to support the whole movement. Good. Granted, they are supporting. I hope that the support is not just people leaving their houses, going into the streets to do some kind of march because they want to belong. This should start from small places, like, you know, the beauty industry. It matters. People of color matter in that industry. People of color matter in everyday to-day life. People of color matter in jobs, as far as jobs are concerned. People of color matter when it comes to general integration. So going out in your numbers, holding placards and saying Black Lives Matter, we want justice. It's not just all about that. No, we want justice, we want change, we want integration, we want to show our skills. Is it that people of color don't buy? Is it that people that are black don't buy foundations? Do they not buy? Can they not afford these foundations? Can they not afford foundations for 15 euros, for 14 euros? You know. However, when it comes to these products, if you go into high-end stores like Emotion, you go to Stockman, you're gonna see luxury brands like Urban Decay, MAC, Estee Lauder. Some few luxury brands out there are actually inclusive. But when you still go there and you're trying to like test yourself, you even call on one of the people there to help you. They're gonna be you see how cheesy or how shady they behave when they are trying to test your color, and they are saying all kinds of rubbish. Or they might just, if you don't know what you're looking for when you go to the beauty supply store, they might just come out with any white colored powder or foundation and give it to you and tell you, oh, this is going to work, just because you're a black person. They feel like all black people have the same shade of blackness. We have different tones. We have golden undertones, we have olive undertones, we have red undertones, you know. So we are different. We are black, but we are different. The beauty industry should just step up their game. There are a few brands out there that actually have shades for people of color, like MAC, Estee Lauder, Urban Decay, like I said before. But if you take note, these are mostly luxury brands, okay? And we will also like to be in a position where we can just walk into a drugstore like maybe K City Market or Prisma or K Market and just get any shade of foundation we want, especially when it comes to affordable brands like L'Oreal, Maybelline, and the rest, and Makeup Revolution, okay? I cannot believe that we actually have a stand for Makeup Revolution here in Finland, and there is no concealer there for a person of color. That's just over. It's like, it's crazy. It's crazy. And to think that in reality most of these brands have about 50 shades. I don't know if the supply just shades for white people, or I don't know if it's from the brand or it's from the store, but I want to think that it's from the store, okay? And the vibe that you guys pass on when you do this is that maybe people, black women or black people, don't buy makeup like that. Black people don't spend money on makeup. We do. The only other brand that I know that you walk in and have your shade easily is NYX, and even that, it's actually not easy. When it also comes to integration, you guys give us the vibe that you give the vibe that black people are not skillful, black people are not smart enough to do jobs like accounting, managing, or banking, and all the, or lawyers or doctors, you know, all those things. Yes, or pharmacists. You will rarely, even the black people or the black kids that were born here, or the ones that came here when they were just babies, they still grow up and they are not able to get these jobs. I've never seen or even heard about a black doctor here in Finland. I've never seen a pharmacist that is a person of color. There might be a few of them, but we need to do more. Finland needs to step up. Like, they need to do more. This is just the beginning for them. Yes, Finland is still at the starting point. They have to do more. They have to integrate more black people into their system. They have to, especially, not even especially, the ones that study here, the ones that even come abroad or come from different countries with the skills. Give us the opportunity to show you guys that we can actually be more than just cleaners or posting workers or what else, hotel cleaners or house cleaners, whatever. All the categories of cleaning in this Finland is for black people. Or maybe we can just be more than laihoitajat. Okay, there is more to this color than just the color. So yeah, I know that this video I'm gonna be like, so many people are gonna come after me, especially Finns themselves, because they always do when I make videos against Finland. But I'm always ready for them. Yes, because when I make videos that I'm praising Finland, they don't come there to comment. But when I make videos that I actually speak the truth, the reality, some of them will come and bash me and even go as far as sending me emails. I am not bothered, okay? I am waiting for you guys here. This is the time for us to change. No matter how small your platform is, use it to talk. Use it to say something. If you are a Finnish YouTuber or a person of color here and you have experienced, or if you relate to what I'm saying, please comment down below. Let's discuss, let's get to know each other. And as far as the beauty community is concerned here in Finland, I don't even know anything. In fact, I'm not even sure they let people of color inside. So I'm still yet to break that barrier, and that's actually a goal for me. I'm hoping that I will be able to break that barrier, get in and speak as a person of color. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys in my next video, and give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Comment in the comment section below. See you in my next video. Bye guys.